We can all breathe and relax now for the next 3 months at least. Nvidia just reported their quarterly numbers, a bit across the board, even guidance is much better than expected. They announced a 10-for-1 stock split and an increase of their dividend by 150%, which means that on a stock split adjusted basis, it's just an increase of a penny. But okay. Right now, the stock is up 2.54%. I believe the implied volatility, if you look at the options market, is a move of around 8.5% for this week. So it remains to be seen what happens when the market opens. Looking at forward PE, EV to sales, EV to EBITDA, nothing really has changed since the last time we've looked at it, which was, I think, 2-3 days ago. It's expensive, right? It's expensive, but to buy the best of the best, you are going to pay a premium. That's just how the market works. I mean, at the start of the year, stock is up, by the way, 91% year to date. So at the start of the year, a forward PE of 25, 26 times, I believe it was, should really not have looked that expensive. That's why just looking at PE or these types of metrics doesn't really always tell you the full picture, especially not when you're looking at a company like Nvidia. And so let's start off here with a couple of comments. The next industrial revolution has begun. Companies and countries are partnering with Nvidia to shift the trillion-dollar traditional data centers to accelerated computing and build a new type of data center, AI factories, to produce a new commodity. What's that? Well, artificial intelligence. AI will bring significant productivity gains to nearly every industry and help companies be more cost and energy efficient while expanding revenue opportunities. Of course, that's in the long run. In the short term, every company will need to invest quite a lot for that infrastructure. Moving on here. Our data center growth was fueled by strong and accelerating demand for generative AI training and inference on the Hopper platform. Beyond cloud service providers, generative AI has expanded to consumer internet companies and enterprise, sovereign AI, automotive, and healthcare customers, creating multiple multi-billion-dollar vertical markets. So even if you see some weakness in one, there's probably going to be plenty of other markets that are emerging that will definitely make the hit less notable. Now, talking about making a hit less notable is probably the switch towards Blackwell. So they say here they are poised for the next wave of growth. The Blackwell platform is in full production and forms the foundation for trillion parameter scale generative AI. Spectrum X opens a brand new market for us to bring large-scale AI to Ethernet-only data centers, and Nvidia NIM is our new software offering that delivers enterprise-grade optimized generative AI to run on CUDA everywhere. And this is something that was mentioned by Jensen, I believe, 2-3 days ago with Michael Dell. From the cloud to on-prem data centers and RTX AI PCs through our expansive network of ecosystem partners. Basically said, on-prem is cool again. And for the last couple of years, everything was supposed to go off-prem to the cloud. Now, on-prem is cool again. And like I said, they announced a 10-for-1 stock split, so each holder of Nvidia shares on June 6th will receive 9 additional shares of Nvidia. They also increased the cash dividend, quarterly cash dividend, by 150% from 4 cents to 10 cents. And of course, after the stock split, that's basically the equivalent of 1 cent per share. Now, you know, I've been talking about Nvidia for quite a while. I had the shares a long time ago, sold way too early. You know that mistake of selling your winners. Why do you sell your winners? Just doesn't make any sense. Then I talked about the fact that Nvidia might have reached its peak, which can be maybe peak market share, but so far they've been proving me wrong because I did not take into consideration all the other industries that will come into play. It's true that, let's say, from the hyperscalers perspective, we might be reaching the peak or we might have reached the peak, but then there is everything else underneath it, plus countries as well, which I have not taken into consideration. You live and you learn, but I've been saying this for a while. If you're a holder of Nvidia, there's really zero reasons to sell. And if there is a big dip, like I think there was because of SMCI's pre-released earnings or not pre-releasing their earnings, it's an opportunity to buy the best companies on the planet. You're always going to pay a premium. That's just how the market works. And so before we continue, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if not. We're going to cover Snowflake as well. Also a pretty goodish report in my opinion. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. And so let's have a look at what has happened this quarter. So total revenue reached $26 billion. $22.56 billion of those came from a data center, 2.6 comes from gaming, $427 million comes from professional visualization, and $329 million comes from auto. As you can see, a nice increase in that segment. Professional visualization has not really done quite a lot. I was expecting a bit more from that segment. Gaming still seeing some weakness. We've seen that already with AMD as well. But overall, I mean, it's pretty clear that now it's basically buying Nvidia. It's all about data center here. The fact that in Q2 fiscal year 2023, the Nvidia's data center revenue segment was $3.8 billion. Now it's $22.56 billion. Tremendous growth. And so if we look at what happened quarter over quarter, year over year, revenue increased 262% year over year. Of course, you will not see those year over year numbers increase that much moving forward because it will overlap quarters where we have already seen a huge jump quarter over quarter. But so far, I mean, even quarter over quarter, we're up 18%. Gross margin increased 2.4% quarter over quarter. Operating expenses just up 10%. Operating income up 24% quarter over quarter and up over 600% year over year. Same with net income, same with earnings per share. So yes, don't be surprised if in the coming 2-3 quarters or so you see year over year, oh, it's not up triple digits. That's just not feasible. Then, like I said, if you look at the two segments here, compute and networking, that's up 408% year over year, 27% quarter over quarter. And then the segment that does take a hit is graphics, that's up 23% year over year, but down 20% quarter over quarter. And we can see that quarter over quarter, we're down 5% in networking, that's under data center. We're down 8% in gaming quarter over quarter, and down 8% in professional visualization quarter over quarter. But we're up 17% in automotive and a reacceleration there. By the way, I just want to point out again, gross margin is now 78.4% for a so-called hardware business, right? That's pretty crazy. Maybe that's the peak-ish, maybe. But even to report it for a quarter or two, it's quite a milestone. Cash flow from operating activities for the quarter was $15.3 billion. That's up $2.9 billion from a year ago and $11.5 billion a quarter ago. And so guidance for the next quarter, they expect revenue to be $28 billion plus minus 2%. The expectations were around $26.8 billion. So again, they beat on that and they're probably going to beat on that $28 billion as well. GAAP gross margin to be 74.8%. So clearly quarter over quarter here, GAAP gross margin is going to take a hit. And so right now, looking at the stock, we're going to reach new all-time highs. The stock is going to be overbought, but it has been overbought quite a couple of times, and that did not stop the stock from going further up and up and up. Of course, you cannot stay overbought forever. So if you're looking to add to your position, definitely look for these types of candles here, the red ones. So overall, to conclude, was there more to add, right? Nothing. It's just as close to perfection as it gets, right? With Nvidia, you've got the huge cycle of investments in AI, in data centers, GPUs, you name it. And then you have this company that has been waiting for this or preparing for this moment for quite a long time. And now they're reaping the benefits of that. Truly, again, remarkable. I don't think we've seen anything like it, to be honest, right? Since, what is it, a year and a half ago or so? Maybe 2 years tops, until right now. The huge change that we're seeing, it's incredible. How long will it last? Remains to be seen, but I won't be betting against them anytime soon. So that will be it for this video. If you enjoyed this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.